Okay guys, I don't know if you saw my last video, but got this thing out on the weekend and took it up and down a ditch. Finally got to really open it up and see what this thing can do, and it's actually a lot faster than I was expecting. It's pretty quick. One thing though is it likes to eat belts, so I have to start looking into this thing. I already pulled the belt off here. Check my clutch alignment there. I'm gonna pull these clutches off, measure some stuff up. I'm gonna get a special bar made up to get the center to center and parallelism right. Once I have that, then I can I'll get everything loosened up here and get this motor realigned, and hopefully, and check out this secondary too. It seems really stiff, but make sure it's not sticking or anything. But yeah, here's the belt it chewed up. See if I can, there you go. So yeah, did quite a number on this belt, and that was only 6 or 7 pulls up and down the ditch. Probably less than a kilometer, or maybe a kilometer more up and down the ditch. So clearly got some issues there. Hopefully this alignment will take care of that, and I'm not chewing up $60 belts every 10 minutes. So alright, so I'm gonna get these clutches pulled off here, start getting to work on this. Okay, just like that, clutches are off. I cleaned everything out in here, so I'm gonna get that bar made up, and then tomorrow night or the night after I'll get all the motor mounts loosened off, and I'll try to get this motor realigned here. I've also noticed a couple other things I gotta fix up here. Always good to take these things for a good test ride before you go too far with them. One of my pull start bolts down there, if you can see it, it came loose, so it's actually stripped out. So I'll just drill that out a little bit bigger, and I'll go to an M8 instead of an M6 on that one. Same with on the water pump housing here, so that one came loose too. So I will drill that out and tap that in M8 as well, and that'll be good enough. But yeah, so let's get this motor realigned first, and then go out for another rip and see what my belt looks like after that. Hopefully I don't just take out another $60 belt, but I'll do a video here once I get that alignment bar on there. Okay, so I whipped up a quick alignment tool here. So I wasn't as far off as I thought, but that's about where I sit there. Let's see if you can get it. So yeah, it's off enough, so I'll adjust this motor. I've got the motor mounts loose. I've actually kind of moved it around a bit here already. So I'll get this lined up here using the alignment bar like this, and then what I'll do is I'll just I'll put my clutches back on and just make sure that they're still parallel. This is Rev 1 of this alignment tool I made here, so I'm going to tighten up the tolerances on the slot here and the bowl hole, make sure that's quite a bit tighter if I make any more. So I just want to thank all you guys on these sites, these Facebook pages that we use, that have a lot of knowledgeable guys that can really help a guy out with dealing with this. Like, I've dealt with these enticers quite a bit on other groups and stuff, and there's a lot of good information there, so I really appreciate all you guys' help. So I'm going to keep lining up this motor here tonight. Okay, so there we go. I got her lined up there. So this tool works pretty good. Actually works amazing. There's a slight gap on the one end of the stub here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this guy, and so that you can tell this slot is a little loose here yet, but so what I'm going to do is tighten down a couple mounts here, or just one, and then I'm going to put the clutches back on here and then just quickly check the alignment that way. If that's all good, then I'm going to snug her down, put a new belt on her, and go for another rip, and hopefully it doesn't cost me another $60 belt. Okay, so after using the alignment bar, I had to go back and forth a couple times to get the center to center distance right. It squares it up pretty good, but I just would always come back and check. And sorry if I can get this right here. Caliper zone. I get about 220. Well, I'd move the bar a bit, but I'm getting about even amounts top to bottom here now. So things look a little better lined up. I do have my secondary also floating here a bit, so it'll help it find center. But we're pretty parallel now, and the center to center is right. So what I'll do one night here, sorry, is get the exhaust, get it all buttoned up, get the exhaust back on and everything, and then maybe this weekend, if we still have some snow, I'll take this thing out again, and like I said, hopefully it doesn't cost me another $60 belt, but I'm definitely a lot better than I was, so hopefully that was the fix. Okay, I'm back out here working on the SRX 440 tonight. I'm going to take the secondary apart as well, and make sure that nothing's sticking in there or anything. And what I did here is I just kind of marked the hole that it was sitting at. I'm still not sure how many twists I need to go here, but I'm sure someone will be able to help me out with that. Yeah, take that apart. After going back and forth, so this alignment tool needs a revision here. I got to tighten up the tolerance on the bolt hole there to ensure that it lines up a little better. I had to go back and forth a couple times. I've got the offset set again now, but then when I go back to the alignment bar, I'm still a little off there. So what I'm going to do is loosen that motor off again, get the alignment set that way, and then get the center to center set again, and then I'll check the offset again. So once that's done though, but I'm going to just, like I said, go through this secondary here, make sure everything's good in there, polish everything up, make sure everything's all clean. Get these all cleaned up again. Inner and outer sheaves. Got some grooves worn in here too. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's not going to be a problem. But alright, so let's have a look at this secondary. Okay guys, so I got everything all back together here, so I didn't do any more videos, but you know, with Christmas and everything else going on, it's been pretty busy. I just kind of worked on this every spare minute I had, you know, just came out and tinkered for a bit. So everything's back together. Like I'd mentioned, I had a few stripped out bolts, so I just drilled this guy out and tapped it to an M8 instead of an M6. Looks a little goofy, but you know, that's gonna hold. And then one of these pull start bolt holes on the cover here, or on that housing there, was stripped out, so I drilled that straight through and ended up just putting a nut on the back side. So that's on there now. I got all the alignment done using that alignment tool. So what I had to do is just went back and forth a few times, and can you get this guard off if I can? So went back and forth a few times, put the alignment tool on, and then put my bar across here and measured it and just kept moving. So I got it pretty bang on right now. So new belt on there. Again, like everything I said, cleaned out. So I'm just waiting on a little bit more snow to take it out for another test ride before I head up north with it here in a few weeks. See how this thing performs. I'm getting pretty excited. Hopefully they get a little more snow up north and the trails are in decent shape. But yeah, I'll do a good video of us up there riding. I'm going to be bringing all 3 sleds here. So it's a good thing I bought a new trailer that I can fit them all on. So yeah, they're all coming with us, and there's I think 7 or 8 of us all going up, all vintage. So it's going to be a good time. Hopefully these things perform, but as of right now, the SRX is done again. Fingers crossed everything's going to work out. Next on the list for the SRX is I've got this skid here out of an old phaser, and I'm going to rebuild that skid and put that in here one of these days. But first I want to take this thing for a good ride with that stock skid in there and see how it performs. But yeah, as of right now, that's it.